If you look at the numbers behind incontinence in women, it's hard to believe just how big an issue it is. Incontinence affects more women than diabetes, breast cancer, and heart disease, but it doesn't get nearly the attention it deserves. That's why the National Association for Continence has created the We Count campaign to help you realize that this isn't just a you problem, it's an us problem. There are treatments available right now that can make a real difference in your life, and we invite you to take action today. Visit nafc.org/we-count for essential facts, insights, and resources on stress and urge incontinence, overactive bladder, menopause-related leakage, and more. That's nafc.org/we-count to learn more and discover that there truly is strength in numbers.
Welcome to Life Without Leaks, a podcast by the National Association for Continence. NAFC is America's leading advocate for people with bladder and bowel conditions, with resources, connections to doctors, and a welcoming community of patients, physicians, and caregivers, all available at nafc.org. For a lot of people with incontinence, rather than trying to find a true cure for their condition, the best way to treat things is with management. There's physical therapy and Kegel exercises and lifestyle changes, all of which can make a big difference. But the go-to solution for millions of people out there is to use some form of absorbent product. But as anyone who's looking for adult diapers knows, it's not always that easy to find the right product. Some don't fit you well, some are just uncomfortable, some don't absorb enough, and, well, the list goes on. If you're one of the millions in the market for adult diapers, this episode is designed to help you get a better sense of what you should be looking for so you can find a product that does what you want it to. The first thing to consider is your lifestyle. Your level of activity plays a big role in your choice. If you're pretty active, you'll want something that fits under your clothes cleanly and unobtrusively, something that doesn't bunch up, that doesn't have to be adjusted all that much. And for these people, pull-ups are a really good first choice. They look a lot like brief-style underwear, so they're probably something you're already used to. And for a lot of folks, it's all you need to continue a perfectly normal lifestyle, including playing sports and doing other things that are pretty active. But let's say you're not so active. If you're more of the sedentary type, consider tab-style diapers instead. As the name implies, they're similar to kids' diapers, and they close around the waist with adhesive tabs. There are some trade-offs with these. They're usually a little bulkier than pull-ups, but they're generally better performers where absorbency is concerned, so if you happen to have a more severe condition, they're likely to be your go-to products. Regardless of which you choose, sizing is super important. To provide proper protection, a diaper needs to fit correctly. It should be snug but not tight. And while all diapers are categorized by waist size, the fit around the legs is even more important. If your legs are thicker or thinner than average, you'll want to adjust the waist size accordingly. Don't expect that you're necessarily going to find a perfect fit on the first go-round either. Sometimes, in fact, a lot of times, it comes down to trial and error before you find the right fit. And you may need to not only shop different sizes, but different manufacturers. That's because each product maker may size things just a little differently than the next. As you wear them, watch your waistline. If it becomes loose or opens up completely after a while, you probably want to switch to a smaller size. On the other hand, if you regularly experience leaks around the legs, you definitely want a smaller size. But watch out that you don't go too small. If your absorbent is leaving an impression on your skin, look at going up a size. Long-term constriction can cause skin damage or even more serious problems in some extreme cases. Now let's talk about absorbency. After all, incontinence diapers are all about the absorption of fluids. People have different degrees of incontinence, from light and occasional to heavy and frequent, and diapers come in a wide range of absorbency levels to help you find the right match. At the low end, a diaper might have a capacity of a cup of liquid or so, but on the top end, some overnight adult diapers can hold more than half a gallon. That's a big difference. And remember, pull-ups generally have a lower absorbency because they're designed to be more discreet. If you're looking for a little extra protection, you can also consider booster pads. These are designed to be worn inside the diaper to provide added absorbency. This could allow you to use a product that has a lower absorbency for discretion and comfort, while also giving you more confidence that you'll be protected from leaks. Material is also something you'll want to give some thought to. For the most part, adult diapers have always been plastic-backed to improve fluid retention, but in recent years, breathable, cloth-backed diapers have been developed and they're becoming more widespread. Although they're not 100% leak-proof, they're still really effective in retaining fluids. Your comfort will be the deciding factor here. Breathable diapers are quieter and, well, breathable, which allows the skin to dry faster. Because of the increased air circulation, breathable diapers may help to reduce skin rash, and since they're cooler, there's less worry about sweating. The big caveat with breathables, though, is that you need to change them promptly when they're full if you want to avoid or reduce skin rash and discomfort. They're more likely than traditional diapers to leak if they're left on too long, and if that's a concern for you, there are still plenty of plastic-backed diapers to choose from. And a lot of people like the feeling and security they get knowing that they won't leak through the outer layer with a plastic back. Cost is another factor, and for a lot of folks, it's the factor driving their buying decisions. One thing to remember is that you shouldn't judge a product by its price tag. Adult diapers can vary greatly, and like a lot of products, higher cost doesn't always mean higher quality. Sometimes you pay a premium for a brand name or a designer style. Our advice? Set yourself an affordable limit and shop around in that range. Finding a solution that works for you and fits your budget will give you peace of mind. And you can get creative with your choices, too. You don't have to stick with a single type of diaper for all uses. You may be able to optimize your expenses by selecting different diapers for day and nighttime wear or for active time and downtime. Now, lifestyle, fit, absorbency, material, and pricing may all be the most important factors for most people. There are other things you may want to look at, too, some of which have particular importance for certain people. One of these factors is the choice between disposable products and reusable ones. Washable diapers are now readily available. They're made of cloth and they can be cleaned and reused over and over again. They're expensive up front, but over time the use cost comes down considerably and they actually wind up being more affordable than disposables for the most part. Plus, if sustainability is important to you, reusables are more eco-friendly because they don't wind up in landfills. The downside is that cloth diapers require that you wear plastic pants to prevent leaks, so keep that in mind if this is a choice you're thinking about. An interesting feature of some diapers is a built-in wetness indicator that lets the wearer or the caregiver know when it's full. This can be especially helpful when it comes to preventing overflow leakage. Wicking is something else you may want to think about. Wearing a diaper for any length of time can be uncomfortable, and with extended wear, a wet diaper can cause a rash or more serious skin conditions. That's why, in recent years, various types of top layers have been developed that help keep the skin dry. They work by wicking away the urine from the skin and into the padded core of the diaper. This helps keep you dry no matter how full the diaper happens to be. One last consideration, and this is a big one for a lot of people, is odor control. It's common in a lot of products, but not all, and the efficiency can vary from one item to the next. It's not something that manufacturers keep hidden. If it's a feature of the diaper you're looking at, you'll usually be able to find it right there in the description on the packaging. So keep an eye out the next time you're browsing what's available. Life Without Leaks has been brought to you by the National Association for Continence. Our music is Rainbows by Kevin MacLeod. More information about NAFC is available online at nafc.org.